When I was recovering from my burnout, I made my transition towards becoming a vegan, and I really felt like it had an impact on my mood. As I say in other videos, I don't think recovering from depression or burnout can be possible just by one factor, but it can really help, I think, and I felt it. I definitely felt it on my mood. Because even at the unconscious level, we feel that we're doing something good to ourselves. We've been hearing this our whole lives. Your grandmother told you, eat your vegetables, eat your food. It's the placebo effect. I talk about it also on other videos, about the placebo effect of pills. So for example, if I give you a Xanax, which I will not, I don't think you should take Xanax, but if I do, or if I did, you would feel more calm immediately after taking the Xanax. Just because your brain is telling you, oh, I'm supposed to feel calm now, so you immediately calm down. That's called the placebo effect. So I'm sure that this happens also when we eat our fruits and vegetables. We know that we're doing something good to ourselves, so we immediately feel better about ourselves, and we immediately feel more healthy and even more energetic, even sometimes. And I know that this might be a bit overwhelming. Changing your whole diet, especially if you're depressed already. But even if you're not a vegan, even if you don't want to become a vegan, I really don't care. You can still implement these simple tips in your life to make nutrition help you overcome your burnout or depression. So to get nutrition on your side, I would have two main suggestions. The first one would be replace sugar by fruit. Replace sugar with fruit. We don't enjoy fruit anymore because we're too saturated with these intense flavors of intense sugary foods. And yeah, quitting sugar for me was just a collateral effect of becoming a vegan, because I cannot eat most cakes out there. So I stopped eating them, and the thing is that nowadays when I make an exception, because I do make an exception, I don't think we should be Nazis with ourselves. Sometimes I have Pils beer, and Pils beer also is not vegan. You know, it's okay. I think I do my best. I think that's the whole point. But yeah, when I have cakes, I really feel like it's too sugary for me. So my palate got adjusted to it. My taste buds got adjusted to it, and this is an amazing thing that happens over time. And when this happens, when you go through this process, you find yourself getting excited about foods that you never would get excited about. For example, it was autumn in Belgium 2 months ago. Now it's starting to become winter, and not that it's any better in any time of the year in Belgium, but okay. Let's not talk about that, it's too depressing. But yeah, when autumn came, I saw a chestnut falling from the tree, and I was so excited. I just thought, oh my god, chestnuts! And I would never get excited with chestnuts before. I would get excited with McDonald's or with this favorite chocolate that I had, never with a fruit or a vegetable. So I really changed, and I feel that that's really good for me, and that is also something that changes, and at the level of the reward system of your brain. So the reward system of your brain is something that activates pleasure when you do something that is good for your sustainability as a human species. So the reward system of your brain activates and gives you pleasure when you have sex. The reward system of your brain also activates when you have high caloric dense foods. This is because when we used to live in the jungle or in caves, and we were walking in the woods, and we would find, for example, some nuts, our brain would give us pleasure when we would eat the nuts because our body would need the calories. What junk food does is that it oversaturates the reward system of our brain. It's pretty much like a drug, like any drug. So for example, if you do cocaine, and if you do it all night, which I don't recommend you do, but if you do it, I assume you don't. So if you did, what would happen would be that in the next day you would feel like complete shit. You would feel like the world is a horrible place, and you would have basically no will to go about the rest of your day, no energy, no nothing. And that's because your brain was overstimulated. The reward system of your brain was overstimulated. You had these intense charges in dopamine. And junk food, basically it does the same. If I eat a bag of chips, my brain is overcharged with dopamine. So when I eat a normal food, then I don't feel the same pleasure again. This especially happens with sugar, because sugar raises your insulin levels and gives you an insulin peak. So if I eat a chocolate now, I will crash an hour later, and after I will need more and more and more, like any other drug. And basically, since I don't do that, I feel more connected to the earth. I know this might sound a bit hippie-ish, but one of the things you feel when you're isolated, when you're depressed, when you're stressed, is that you feel like you're the only one with this problem, and you really feel disconnected from humanity. And I can guarantee you that since I became a vegan, I feel more connected to the earth. I feel more connected to what it is to be a human, what it is to be an animal, what it is to live in this planet, and that also makes me feel very good. So you feel like you're doing this amazing thing for your body, and at the same time, it also tastes super nice, and you don't have the crash or the regrets that comes with junk food. The second tip that I would recommend you implement in your diet is eat more fruits that are rich in antioxidants and vitamins. Even if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, that doesn't mean you're eating right. Nowadays, there's all kinds of processed vegan junk food. Vegan sausages, fucking chips are vegan. Oreos are vegan. So, yeah, and even if you're a meat eater, you can eat more antioxidants and more vitamins. There are studies that show that a diet rich in antioxidants and vitamins can help prevent and cure depression. In the description below, I put a link to a video of Dr. Michael Greger. I know that all you nutrition freaks, and especially you vegan nutrition freaks out there, you know who Dr. Greger is, so you don't need an introduction. But for those who don't know, Dr. Michael Greger is a doctor that has dedicated most of his life to study the benefits of a plant-based diet, and especially the effects that a plant-based diet can have in preventing the major causes of death. One of the major causes of death is suicide, and suicide can be prevented by preventing depression. So, by eating a diet that is rich in antioxidants, in folate, and in vitamins, you can help prevent the oxidation level of your brain cells and prevent depression. There's also another link that I put to Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. The Daily Dozen is the estimation he makes of the types of foods you should have every day in order to keep your body healthy. There's also an app that you can download from the Daily Dozen. I have that app in my phone, and it's super fun. So basically every day you just tick the boxes to know if you have had your daily intake of all the nutrients you need. Honestly, I hardly ever tick all the boxes every day. I think this is more like what you should do in theory in the perfect world, but no one is perfect, of course, but it helps you get closer to what you should do. So I think it's a good thing if you download the Daily Dozen app. So of course, fruits and vegetables are the main sources of antioxidants and vitamins. And amongst fruits, some of the most antioxidant rich are berries, and berries are just amazing. Okay. Maybe I'm biased because I love berries, but come on, berries are amazing. You can eat them anywhere. You can put them in smoothies. You can make sweets with them. You can do anything, and they're great. The other food that you should really eat is dark leafy greens, like for example kale and spinach. Kale, I live in Brussels. I don't find kale year-round at all, and even in the winter, I don't find kale in all the supermarkets. What I do find, on the other hand, unfortunately, is spinach. Personally, I don't like spinach, but I eat it. I try to eat it, and I try to fool myself into eating it. For example, in smoothies. I have this smoothie that I do a lot, which is spinach, mango, some mint, and maybe some lemon juice, for example. So you have the spinach, you have the dark leafy greens, the antioxidants, the folates. You also have the vitamin from the mango. And what happens is that the mango is so sweet that it really overshadows the taste of the spinach. So I let you use this recipe. If you don't find mango, peaches work as well, very well. As I said in the beginning, for me, becoming a vegan and getting back in touch with nature in this way, I'm not in touch with nature in the city, but through food, I mean. Getting back in touch with nature in this way really helped me overcome my burnout. And even if you are not a vegetarian or vegan, you can implement the suggestions in your life. You can eat more antioxidants and more vitamins. You can also cut on processed junk, and also you should cut on animal products actually, because they're also proven to have a link with depression. Do this, let me know how it went, and happy healings.